Arteta reveals massive fights with Gabriel over hamstring issues. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share for more updates. In the wake of Gabriel's hamstring injury this week and the news that he requires surgery, spotlight has been on why the club have sustained so many of these injuries. Arteta reveals massive fights with Gabriel over hamstring issues. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has opened up about the behind-the-scenes tensions surrounding defender Gabriel Magalhães' fitness, revealing what he described as massive fights with the Brazilian centre-back over persistent hamstring issues. In a candid conversation with reporters ahead of a crucial Premier League fixture, Arteta shared the challenges of managing Gabriel's physical condition, highlighting the player's unwavering commitment to stay on the pitch, even at the risk of aggravating an injury. Gabriel is a warrior, Arteta said. He never wants to come off, never wants to miss a game, and that's a mentality we love. But sometimes we've had massive fights with him to protect him from himself. The manager revealed that the Arsenal medical staff had flagged potential risks in Gabriel's hamstrings earlier in the season, advising caution. However, Gabriel's desire to play every game, especially in big matches, often led to heated discussions. There were moments when he was pushing hard to play through discomfort. But as a manager, and for the long-term good of the team, you have to make tough calls, Arteta explained. Sometimes he understood, sometimes it was difficult for him. But that's part of managing top-level athletes. Despite these internal disputes, Arteta made it clear that Gabriel's passion and resilience have been instrumental to Arsenal's strong defensive record this season. The Brazilian has formed a formidable partnership with William Saliba, anchoring a backline that has kept numerous clean sheets and helped propel the Gunners into title contention. He's been a rock for us, Arteta added. What we've been trying to do is find that balance, protecting his health while keeping him involved as much as possible. The revelation adds a new layer to the growing narrative around Arsenal's determination this season, with players and staff alike showing an intense drive to push the club back to Premier League glory. As the business end of the season approaches, fans will be hoping that Gabriel's fitness is managed wisely, ensuring he can continue to play a key role without risking long-term damage. For Arteta, it's just another challenge in the high-stakes world of elite football management. Sometimes the fights are necessary, Arteta concluded. Because we all want the same thing, to see Arsenal succeed. The Brazilian is the third to require an operation, after Bukayo Saka and Kai Havertz, and there has been so much speculation about how and why these things keep occurring. Too many minutes, the schedule, the intensity of the game these days, the firmness of training pitches, the boots they wear, and more. Speaking about it ahead of today's game against Everton, Mikel Arteta revealed the challenges he faced from the player himself after he tweaked his hamstring in the game against West Ham in December when Gabriel was withdrawn at half-time. Speaking about player welfare, Arteta said, "We have those discussions. I don't know how we're going to do it. For example, we had a situation with Gabriel Magalhães. During the West Ham game, he felt something in his hamstring. We played 3 days later, 6 days later, and 9 days later. 3 days later, he said he was ready to play with a grade 1. He said, I'm not feeling anything. I want to play. It was massive fight not to play him. Day 6, this one definitely I have to play. Everybody's like, there is still a chance of a risk to play. We decided after a big fight, don't play. Day 9, another game. This one for sure, says Gabriel. The docs say there is a slight risk. He can miss 5, 6, 7 weeks if he has an injury after that. We said not to play. On day 12, he played. But I was very tempted on day 6 to play him. If I would have played him day 6, and he has the injury that he sustained now against Fulham, and he misses 4 weeks, 4 months, I would be hammered. So sometimes you protect the player for this to happen, and when the player is totally protected, then this happens as well. There is an element, guys, that we cannot control. You want to play them because the player is coming to your office. I want to play, I want to play, I want to play. I'm ready. I know my body. Don't listen to the scan, you know. So we try to do our best. The medical staff, I suffer for them as well for everything that they do because I know that they feel very responsible for that. But it is difficult to put just something into something when there is a lot of thought about how we make decisions. It's an element of all this that is rarely discussed, the player's side and what they tell the manager and the medical staff about how they're feeling. Gabriel wouldn't be the first and won't be the last to want to play so badly he's willing to take a risk with his fitness. The onus, of course, is on the club to make the final decision, But it's worth remember the decision also takes into account what players say. Interesting stuff.